All right. Hi everyone and good morning. Welcome po sa ating educational live stream for today. And as always, this is your local LU guy Jose. Today we have again CCAP and the Union Bank team to discuss how to overcome the struggles and challenges of being an entrepreneur. So I just want to greet our sellers who are already here and are saying hello in our chat box. Good morning to Yo-Yo Mall, Seiko Leather, Sassy Collections, Mandy Corner PH, Shopping All You Want, and the most. Welcome po and we hope that you're ready for today's learning session. Okay, so to start us off, we actually have a special speaker and he's here with me na. And so just to give you guys an idea on who our guest for today is, Bjorn has been building digital ventures for entrepreneurs and SMEs for over 15 years. His experience spans across many different industries from logistics to e-commerce to financial services and everything in between. He is currently leading SME ventures at UBX, which includes the payments platform BUX and the online store builder Centro. So everyone, please give a warm welcome po through our chat box. Please say hello to Bjorn. Hi Bjorn, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm excited to engage in some conversations with you guys.
All right, awesome. So Bjorn, this is kind of a rite of passage for new speakers or new guests that we have here because it's always nice to have new faces in our live stream, but we also want to get to know you a little bit better. So Bjorn, can you give us a few fun facts about yourself? Just some things that can give us a better idea on who you are as a person.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I have been passionate about e-commerce and entrepreneurship my entire adult life. Something that many people don't know is I started off my career selling online. Maybe many of you guys weren't born yet, but I started off selling on a global e-commerce marketplace called eBay. Very similar to Lazada, but this was many years ago, and I continue to be involved in the space, and I'm passionate about e-commerce and entrepreneurship.
All right, maraming salamat Bjorn for sharing that side of you. So sa mga sellers natin, in a way Bjorn is one of our forefathers, our pioneers when it comes to e-commerce here in the Philippines. Now I do understand that you're here to guide our sellers on, overcoming the struggles and challenges of being an entrepreneur, and I won't keep our sellers waiting any longer. I do understand that you have a presentation as well, so you can start sharing your screen now, man.
All right, give me a second, guys. Right, let me just present this. All right, I just wanted to confirm if everything's all right. All right, great. Yeah, so it's good to be here, guys. I'm going to be sharing. As you guys know, many of you guys have taken the leap of faith into entrepreneurship. So I definitely salute you and admire you guys for taking that leap. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world. And, with that, there's definitely a lot of challenges. And I'm going to be discussing, some of the, kind of top challenges that are present for entrepreneurs, and in particular, e-commerce entrepreneurs like yourselves, and get into kind of some practical advice and just some learnings that I've had personally being an entrepreneur. Just to kind of share a little bit more of my background, right? Before I joined, UBX and Union Bank, I was a full-time entrepreneur, right? And it was because of my initial experiences as, selling online that I wanted to, help the entrepreneurship community by, creating different ventures and companies and products that would help entrepreneurs, run their businesses and grow their businesses easier. And that kind of leads me to where I am now, right? And I was doing a lot of that on the entrepreneur side and creating, a logistics company that helped entrepreneurs to, different types of marketplaces. And I wanted to help people even more at scale and on a bigger, at a bigger, bigger numbers, right? So I joined UBX to do that, to help build different ventures that would help, entrepreneurs. So that's a bit of a background. And I'll start it off with, telling you guys that, it's all about having the right tools and the right partners, right? There are a lot, now is actually the best time to be an entrepreneur, because there are so many companies like Union Bank, like Lazada, who are here to help entrepreneurs like yourselves. And that wasn't always the case. This is a really special time for e-commerce entrepreneurs, that there are so many companies that are here to help entrepreneurs. And same thing goes for the tools, right? There are a lot of tools out there that are really specifically focused on helping e-commerce entrepreneurs. And, I think, I'll get into a little bit of detail into some of these tools, into kind of finding the right partners. And so I'll jump right into it, right? So one of the first problems or struggles or challenges that an e-commerce entrepreneur has, and I'm sure you guys can relate, is finding the right products that can be sold, right? And the why I word it like that can be sold and not kind of that you can sell, that's sellable, is because there are many products out there that can be sold, or that you can sell and that are sellable, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that they will be sold or will be bought by a customer. And so generally, you guys wanna kind of find a product that is high in demand and that has low competition, right? And I'm sure you guys can know that there's a lot of products out there that can sell and that have high demand, that you can find very easily online. But the competition is also very high, in that there's a lot of sellers selling the same things, right? So you have to kind of find this balance of, high demand or enough demand and low enough competition where you can compete and you can succeed in whatever product you're selling, right? And so I'm sure many of you guys are, kind of look to, China as a source of finding products, and that's a great place. China is a factory of the world. But in many cases, you'll see a lot of high competition there, right? So what I've started to see a lot of more and more these days is that a lot of, e-commerce entrepreneurs are looking to other countries to source products, right? Not just China. There's a lot of countries out there that provide interesting and unique products that can be, can sold locally in the Philippines. And I just wanted to maybe give a couple of examples of, that do this, right? There's a couple of companies there on my slides that help you, find and source and import products that are coming from the US, right? That's just one example. But there are other countries out there like Japan and Thailand and Korea, which have a vast amount of different products that can be sold.
Bjorn, sorry.
Yeah.
This vento.ph and genio.com, again, these are like websites that sellers can check out just in case they're looking for supplies, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I wanted to ask that because it's always one of the main questions being asked whenever we do this kind of live stream. Where can we get a supplier aside from Alibaba? So guys, do check out vento.ph and genio.com. That's not a sponsored post, but yeah, thank you for that, Bjorn.
Yeah. Definitely, right. And I think it's, like I said, I was going to be practical, with my advice. I've been, building ventures for entrepreneurs and for many years, and this is always one of the top topics, right? And I wanted to kind of highlight that, right? So let's say you found a product that can be sold, right? And you found something that's unique and that can be that you can succeed in. The next step now is like, where are you going to find customers, right? Where are you going to find customers to sustain your business? I think in this day and age, right? There's a lot of places where you can sell your products. There's a lot of places where you can find customers. There's a lot of places where you can engage and interact with your customers and potential customers, right? But I think the two kind of major places that you guys should be present on, right, is definitely social media, right? Social media is booming. There are a lot of different social media websites that focus on a specific topic, a specific type of content, right? And it all depends on what product you're selling, right? So if your product is very visual, and that it would be if people can appreciate it through great photography, maybe Instagram might be the place to kind of build a good audience, right? If it's something that would require a walkthrough or a demo or like some sort of video, then YouTube or even TikTok might be something that you guys should really invest in. And you guys know your product more than anyone, but it's good to be, it's necessary these days to be present in various social media platforms, and it's not to be ignored, right? And of course, it's great to have your own website and to build your own kind of brand, but that's very hard, right? And I think it requires investment. It requires a lot of time and effort, right? So I think in the early stages and even the later stages, it's always great to be present in marketplaces, right? Because that's where there's already a huge customer base, right? Lazada has spent a lot of time and effort and money to get people to go to Lazada, right? And so it's really important and necessary for you guys to be present there, right? And you guys have taken that first step, and one of those steps in being present in the marketplace, and it's necessary to continue to build your brand there. So great. You have customers coming in, kind of building your audience on social media and kind of, gaining customers through marketplaces. And so now you're thinking, okay, I need to grow my business, right? How am I going to grow my business? And so that's kind of one of the next kind of challenges, right? Is finding capital to grow your business, right? And many, I come across many e-commerce entrepreneurs that are doing very, very well. But they don't have they don't have enough formal business documentation. They don't have enough kind of traditional credit history. They don't have collateral, but they have a great business. And when you go to kind of formal institutions, these are kind of some of the things that are required, and it's difficult, right? I've been there myself, where I had a thriving business, but I lacked these things, and I couldn't raise any capital to grow my business, and I had to rely on my kind of reinvesting my profits into my business. But if I had access to capital in an easy and fast way, that could help, right? And I think that's why we're here today, right? One of the main reasons why we're here today is I think that we can definitely help with that. We're not the only company out there that can help with that, but this is a perfect example of another kind of great partner that is here for SMEs and entrepreneurs. So great, right? Now you have capital, you have money to spend to grow your business, and it's going well. And now you might find yourself, at this point in time, you might find yourself, feeling overworked, feeling like your business is your life, right? And that's, I think it's great to be focused. It's great to have great work ethic, but at the end of the day, you also need to find time to rest and recover, and to just to figure out what your next steps are, and just to relax, right? So I'll give you, these are tips that I would give kind of at a personal level that I use to find more time for myself, to find time for my family, to find time to just really rest, recover, and relax, right? And it's something that's very simple, but these are very simple things, but I think it's something that is a lot of times overlooked, right? Just the simple act of organizing your daily activities in a calendar is something that I have really kind of reaped the benefits from, right? Just kind of being able to start your day, look at what your day looks like, and know what's upcoming is very powerful, right? Versus maybe being surprised by some tasks or meetings that you have in the day that could kind of disrupt your flow. One of the first things is to really kind of organize your life, and you organize your calendar, organize your activities in your day is definitely something very simple, but something very powerful. The next thing that I do, right, is, with all of this information out there in the world, on YouTube, on different, blogs and vlogs, it's always necessary to continue to learn, right? Continue to learn, read articles, read books, watch videos, whether it's to learn, whether it's to kind of keep yourself up to date. I'm sure many of you guys do this. And, this is something I kind of discovered very recently, right? Is when you imagine you want to watch this, really great, talk on YouTube, and it's 30 minutes long. And it's like, you're thinking, I don't have, that's too much of a time commitment. I don't know if I can spend 30 minutes of my time to do that. I don't know, maybe many of you guys are doing this, but, it's something that a lot of people have kind of just discovered recently is, there's a way that you can speed up your videos on YouTube, right? To faster speeds, right? It doesn't have to be 2x. It can be 1.5, 1.75, whatever it may be, but just simply kind of speeding up the video to a point where you can still understand and gain the knowledge is something that can help you gain back time. And it's almost like, having the ability, a superpower to kind of, slow down time. It's something that I use not just in watching videos, but it's also something that I do when when I read books. I actually I do audiobooks. So I would kind of listen at 2x speed, and it's allowed me to really, accumulate all of this knowledge in almost half the time. And last but not the least, it's I'm sure you guys do a lot of emailing, messaging, and a lot of that is repetitive, right? And maybe some of you have like a Word document that has some of your canned responses, and you copy and paste those into your emails or whatever it may be. And that's great, right? But there's another weird specific tool that I use. It's called Text Glaze, and you can create a keyboard shortcut for any type of text, right? So you'll kind of see this little animated GIF there that kind of gives you an idea of what it does, right? You can have like a slash whatever, and it'll just kind of auto populate the text field. And it seems very like a small uh, uh, change or benefit. But when you kind of multiply that by how many times you do this in a day, you could save 30 minutes in a day, right? So 30 minutes there on text plays, another 30 minutes in speeding up your videos, and another 30 minutes just by organizing your day. You save an hour and a half in the day, which you can spend to rest and recover, do whatever you like. So yeah, that's those are some practical tips that I have for you guys.
Bjorn, I want to.
Yeah.
Can we dwell on this slide for a bit, because I do want to ask some questions, particularly with organize and gain. Because save, it's good that you also gave us an example, text blaze. So guys, do check that out. It's like having your own stenographer or something, right? But with regards to organizing and gain, I do understand that there are like certain applications that can help you organize your calendar. And do you have like any recommendations that sellers can check out in terms of organizing their schedule, especially since e-commerce is like more of like a 24/7 job for them?
Yeah, I mean, what I use personally is I've been using the Google suite of services for the longest time, right? So just basically Google Calendar, right? Google Calendar, because it's integrated into your email, it's integrated into video chats and meetings. So a lot of it is kind of inherently and automatically integrated into Calendar. Most people use Gmail for their email. But yeah, that's a great start. Google Calendar is a great start, and you can kind of build from that.
All right, thank you for that. And with regards to gain, that's also self-explanatory. But maybe you can give us like some videos or like audiobooks or podcasts that sellers can check out, just in case they want to build up on the idea of overcoming the struggles and challenges of being an entrepreneur. Some self-help videos that you yourself can recommend.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of being an entrepreneur is hard, right? Everyone knows that. Sometimes you kind of you feel down and you feel like you need some inspiration. So I love watching inspirational videos to kind of get me upbeat and get me inspired again. And there's a guy who's present on all social media networks. His name is Gary V, not the Gary V, the singer, but another Gary V, Gary, and then his last name is VEE. He's present on YouTube, LinkedIn. He has a podcast, and he really just has a lot of practical advice and a lot of inspirational messages that just kind of keep me inspired, keep me going. So I would definitely, if you guys are feeling unmotivated or kind of down, Gary V is someone who can pick you right back up.
All right, thank you for that, Bjorn. Again, sellers, don't look for Mr. Pure Energy. He's an artist, but do search for Gary VEE. Okay, I think I found him on Facebook, the Gary V Video Experience. Maybe you can check that out after this. Thank you for that, Bjorn. You may proceed.
Yeah, I mean that's my deck. Looking forward to engaging with you guys in the chat. But yeah, let's connect, right? I mean, add me on, there's my phone number. You add me on WhatsApp or Viber or whatever. Add me on LinkedIn, and you can email me there. So yeah, thank you guys.
All right. So one of our sellers is asking, what is the link for Gary V? I can post it on our chat box, guys. Thank you for that question. So before we ask the other presenter to actually join us for this morning, I do have a question for you, Bjorn. With regards to your experience, because you mentioned earlier that you started out as an e-commerce entrepreneur as well. I do want to ask, what were the initial challenges that you yourself faced when you started out selling online?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started selling online, and this is a pain point that probably is present to this day, right? It's the first one that I experienced was shipping the products that I sold.
Yeah,
that was kind of the initial kind of pain point that I experienced, and that kind of propelled me to start my first venture in e-commerce logistics, where I helped e-commerce merchants ship their products very easily in online. So it's something that's present even to this day, right? And I think that's something that you guys at Lazada kind of take care of, right? Is like, if you sell on Lazada, in many cases you don't have to think about logistics anymore because it's built in. But yeah, I mean, if you guys sell on social media, it is a challenge. But again, it's great that there's a lot of partners out there, a lot of logistics companies that are focused on SMEs these days and entrepreneurs.
All right, thank you for that, Bjorn. And I actually want to ask an additional question that, in a way, connected with this, with my first question, because we're facing a pandemic right now, and a lot of startups, they're having difficulty, continuing their business. It's good for their first 3 months, but they aren't able to sustain their level of business afterwards. What can you advise these sellers? When is it the right time for them to actually ask or look for financial partners to support their business? And what separates UBX and CCAP from those partners as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's important, right? A lot of people see financial assistance, whether it be in the form of loans or anything, right? But particularly loans, right? As a way to kind of save your business. And I think that's a time when I think that you should maybe be a little bit wary, right? I mean, you don't want to raise funds or get a loan when you feel desperate, when you feel like it's the only thing that can help save your business, right? I think if it's important that when you are trying to get a loan, it's really to grow your business. It's really to help you become more successful. Mm-hmm. And it's important that you guys are still passionate and motivated and focused on that business. And this is a loan is really just a way to kind of help grow it. So I think that's kind of the line that I would draw in terms of when to kind of get a loan and when maybe to rethink. And when you do rethink, you might want to if you feel like it's you're desperate and it's the only way to kind of save your company, you might want to think about maybe you should explore a different product category. Maybe you should explore a different market, right? And yeah, in terms of UBX and CCAP, I think we built the product with the entrepreneur and SME in mind. So you can be assured that we will do everything that we can to make sure that you guys have an amazing experience with us. Whether that means us granting you the loan or whether that means us telling you, unfortunately now you're not eligible, but this is what you can do to kind of become eligible. So yeah, we're here for SMEs, we're here for entrepreneurs, and that's our focus.
I think what you said is really awesome. Sellers should look at loans in a way as a supplement for their business, not the medication to their business, right? Or not to their problems. All right. Thank you very much for that presentation, Bjorn. Again, guys, Bjorn Pardo's contact information is already here. You can connect with him if you have any additional questions or maybe just want to, widen your own connections.